Why, hello, and welcome back to another episode of Voice of the Rings. I'm your host and guide, Zollin Ironshield, and today on a LOTRO tale, we're continuing our adventure chasing down the Agmarum army that have left Anuminos and are headed to the east into the Trollshaw. So we're tracking them down with this quest. We're on Book 11, Chapter 5. For Eastward Passage. That's the quest we're doing right now. So we will continue on, my friends. I hope you're all having a great and wonderful day in Middle-earth. Make sure you grab a snack, grab a drink, and I will be your host and guide as always. And we'll be doing some voiceovers in this series today. So we need to go ahead and move to the summit of Weathertop, which is, they want me to go all the way to Weathertop now. So I may actually do a fast travel to make this a little bit faster for us. So we're going to travel to Bree. Actually, you know what? I want to show you guys my cool new animation. You ready for this? All right, here we go. Magical teleportation with sand winds. Oh. It's a cool new animation. It's one of the supporter packs, I think, that gives that. I have review videos you can watch on the wardrobe playlist if you want to know about cosmetic things like that. All right. Oop, it's making me put me in another layer or something here. All right, there we go. All right, welcome everyone to South Bree. We have traveled to the south. Let me just give us a little review on the map. I do like to give you guys a little bit of fun. I put the word fun in front. Geography lessons of Middle-earth because I like the maps of Middle-earth a lot. That's one of my favorite things about Tolkien stuff. So we were up here in Evendim and Tenudir in the last episode. We found out that the armies that were encamped from the Agmarum in Numinos went through the pass here into the. They went down through here and are traveling to now the Trollshaws area, I believe. So then we basically just went south and we're down here at Bree. We're now going to go to the right, okay, and keep traveling to the Lonely Mountain. I mean, Weathertop. No, not Lonely Mountain. We're not going that far. Just the Weathertop. All right. So once we get done and we get to Weathertop, then we can continue on. Now, unfortunately, it is nighttime when we're walking over to Weathertop. Not the end of the world, but we will get there anyway. What do you need? Oh. Let's see. Forsaken Inn. Let's go to the Forsaken Inn here. It's another normal travel. I could do one of my special teleports, but today we're just going to travel along here. Oh, look, somebody's right there. Hello! All right, we are going to be traveling at night through Breeland. The Chetwood. I'm going to turn up the in-game music. Oh, it's loading us into open land area. All right, as we travel along here in Middle-earth, I'll give you your question fun comment for the day. What is your favorite... Oh, look, another player. Just in the middle of nowhere, doing questing. What is your favorite kind of tree? There we go, that's a very Tolkienist question. Tolkienist, is that a word? It's a word now. What is your favorite kind of tree? For me, I really like... I should also obviously answer the question myself. Gosh, I like a lot of trees. But like, trees that I really think are really pretty. I mean, I like a lot of different kinds of pine trees. I really love the redwood forest. And those are really, really pretty. I also really like big, like Whomping Willow kind of like Harry Potter level. Those big kind of trees. Those are really, really pretty. But also just really big oak trees are very pretty. You know, kind of like how these are, but those are also really gorgeous types of trees. You know, it's funny. I live in, you know, Southern California area, and I've told you guys this a lot of times. But I'm not really a big palm tree fan myself. They're not bad. I just think they're kind of meh. Like they're like pretty because they give you the feel of you're at the beach, you know, in that sense. But like as in like a tree itself, they're incredible trees. I mean, you see them in a hurricane video and they're like flat on the ground and the hurricane stops. They're like, whook, and they come straight back up. I mean, they're impressive how they can survive things like that, but they're also just very messy trees. They drop their little like seed things everywhere. They drop their branches. They're great. Rats like to nest in them a lot, things like that. But, and I don't know, their palm tree things, I just think regular leaves are so pretty. I think palm fronds, that's the word, very cool. They're cool. They're not bad. I'm not saying I don't like them. I'm just saying they're not my favorite. Does that make sense? Yeah. It's not that I hate palm trees, but they're probably one of my least favorites. So I think some of my favorites are like oaks. We have some beautiful oaks in Southern California. They're really, really pretty. Also, man, there's this one tree that I know of. It's this really huge tree, and I'm trying to remember what kind of tree it is. It's really pretty. It's a huge tree, and it kind of reminds me of I'm trying to remember if it's a pine or if it has some kind of just really big tree.
What do you need?
I don't remember right now. All right, let's see. I need to go over to... All right, so we actually cannot take a swift travel over there. So we'll have to ride up to the top of Weathertop. Now, we can see Weathertop from here with the moon. There it is, right there in the distance. So let's start writing. Start writing. No, writing. Writing is the word. You know what another thing comes to mind. I'm random conversation here, but yeah, you should all leave that comment. What's your favorite tree? That's the comment. I would love to hear. Doesn't matter when you post it or where you're from. Even say maybe like what country your favorite tree is from. That would be cool to know. That's up to you. Anyway, oh, I find it interesting is if accents. I like words. It's another very Tolkien subject, right? We know he was a very big linguistic scholar. And I do find it very interesting how people say words differently. Now, there's one or two that... Okay, get me a little bit. Okay, there's one or two. But you guys can giggle at me if you say it this way. That's totally fine. Again, there's not really an incorrect way. Different countries and different places have different ways of pronouncing things with accents and different ways of how they say things. That's how language works. It evolves usually when it goes through things, right? But one for me is lever. When people say lever, that makes me giggle a little bit, because lever is a word, especially in gaming. When you're a lever, it means you're someone who left. So like leave, L-E-A-V-E, leave with an R on it, lever. Now that's not really a word usually, but it is a very slang word in gaming for the last 25 years. So anyone who's played any kind of video game where it's like an online thing you join in, that's you call, and that person leaves in the middle of it, like in a bad way, not in a way where they say, hey, I gotta go, I've got my family thing. Oh, okay, that's fine. I'm talking about someone who's like a poor sport, and we call it a leaver, right? That means someone who just like, I'm done, and they just like hang up and disappear, right? And they just leave the game. So that's what that word is. So like when I think lever, like the thing you pull down on, right? L-E-V-E-R, lever. I always think that was interesting difference there in this language. Because I'm like, because if it's lever, you'd have to have L-E-A-V-E-R, lever, to make it sound that way. Because, yeah. Well, I guess if people say the E long, L-E, ver, I guess if they say the E long, right? But usually when the E is said long because there's a consonant and a vowel after, the other vowel would be silent. So then you've got leave R, right? Because it wouldn't really say because the E is supposed to be silent, but then it's ER. You get my point. I think you get my point. All right, look at the top. Again, this is no insult to people who say it as lever. That is totally fine. You are totally in the right. You're totally good. I'm not trying to cause any people to get upset or anything. I'm just saying I find that kind of funny. Because lever to me is a word. Lever is a different word than lever. But again, that's what's so cool about language, right? Like it matters on what I'm looking for. It matters on the premise, right? And like the that's not the word I was looking for. These crows are distracting me. Stop it. What is with crows in the last 2 episodes distracting me? I'll think of the word in a minute. All right, so where do we need to go? Look at the east atop Weathertop. Okay, so basically next to DeWitt here, the explorer. All right, far to the east, a company of Angmarum crosses the last bridge. Uh-oh. Who do we need to talk to now? All right, we need to go to the last bridge. I actually can get there way faster if I just do my little teleport here. Let's do that. Anyway, I hope you liked my little language conversation. Again, there's no insult to people who say it the other way. Please don't think it like that. It's one of those little things. There's another one with glacier. Some people say glacier or glee. I can't even do it. Can't even do it. You guys, someone can type it if they know how to say it. It's instead of glacier, it's like glacier or something. And again, it's something to do with where you put certain vowels, like which ones you pronounce as like long or whatever. So, again, that's just going to happen sometimes. All right. Oh, we're going to Oscuruth. The reason I bring this all up, too, is because a lot of times I'm reading these words in Lord of the Rings that are made up or that Tolkien wrote, or it's a very old English word, and I'm having to, like, learn it. And a lot of times I say it wrong. And then later I'm like, oh, I said that wrong. And then I usually try to correct myself later in a later episode, but, you know, that's how it goes. But I do find language fascinating. Oh, context. That's the word I was looking for, not premise. It matters what context and what region you are with language, right? So it matters if you're talking from the perspective of this country and how they pronounce things, or this country, or this. That's a context. That's what I was thinking the word. Yes, it matters in the context of the thing. So if you're reading a book or you're hearing someone talk and you know what country they're from and you hear a certain word, then of course you're going to know that translation of the word, right? It might be slightly said differently, or slang, or accent, or how they pronounce certain vowels or consonants like we just talked about. And I find that all very fascinating. I think it's a cool subject. It's also really fun at being a content creator, and so many of you guys watch from all over the world, because I get to hear like lots of different cool things all the time like that, and that's kind of fun. I enjoy that. I enjoy meeting people and different all over the world with different cultures and way people say things and stuff like that. All right, to the last bridge. Go, my Oryx, you can do it. This episode has been me talking and traveling. I hope you're still enjoying yourself. I don't like to say it at the beginning because it's annoying, so I say it now. If you are enjoying yourself, don't forget to like and subscribe. And again, tell me your favorite tree. There's this kind of tree. This is kind of like an African tree. It's like one of those savanna trees. All right. All right, we've almost caught up with the enemy army. They just crossed the last bridge into the troll shaws. This is not good. This is not good at all. If any of you guys watch my LOTRO Tales series, you know that I love the music here. It's so beautiful. Sometimes I just bring up fun random subjects in the middle of it. I try to tie them in somehow to Tolkien. Like language. He loves, yes, good language. Megavanen, Mr. Elf. All right.
What do you need?
What do you need? You are seeking the Angmarum that passed away not long ago. I saw them coming from a great distance and managed to hide myself before they arrived. I feared I would be found, for at the head of their numbers marched a man of great evil, at a black Numenorian. If I do not miss my guess, it seemed to me that he stared right at my hiding place, but at just that moment he was interrupted by some thought that caused him to turn and gaze off into the distance, to the west. I know not what it was, but he shortly resumed his march, and the company passed into the east.
Did that black Numenorian look back because of us looking over from Weathertop? Did he like get that vibe where he's like, someone's watching me? He's got like black Numenorian powers. I forget. Does he have a Palantir? I'm trying to remember what we did in our last episodes. Anyway, moving on.
Your face tells me that you have had dealings with this man, and the memory is full of sorrow. From what I overheard, it seemed their course lay to the south, among the leaderless lands of Tel Brunion. My sister, Candeleth, has a camp in Tel Brunion. To reach it, follow the road east of here until you are nearly within sight of the Brunin. It's the river Brun. And you will come to a dirt path that winds southward, with the Brunin on your left and a tall rock face on your right. Stay on the path even as it crosses streams and winds through the underbrush, and you will surely come across one of Canada's scouts who can guide you to her camp. Tell Candeleth of the Agmarum that have come to the lands of her watch. Tell her, as well, to be wary. I fear to think of what errand could have brought this black Numenorian so near to Ebladris.
All right. All right.
Greetings to you.
Where do I gotta go? There we go. Boom. Swift travel. Instantly traveling across. Just like this. And we're there. Teleport travel! Hurrah! All right. Wow, it's crazy how our thing is riding up this hill. All right, we found her camp. We now must talk to her. Is she up high or down low? Ah, there she is right there. So it's, is it Candeleth? Like a candle? Or Candeleth? You tell me. What do you guys think in the comments?
Megavanen.
Megavanen, you bring warning from my sister that Agmarum have come to Tel Brunion. Her warning is welcome, but my scouts have already encountered the enemy. Do you know why they have come to this place? Can you tell me what brings them to these woods so far from their evil homeland?
Will you lend me your ear?
Will you lend me your ear? Yikes. Your story fills me with concern, Zollin. Tel Brunion is a dark and woodland land, and this ring for which Amatheriel seeks could be anywhere. The Agmarum have some guidance to its location that we do not. I can see little chance that we will find it first. My scouts tell me that Agmarum seem particularly interested in the small ruins that dot the landscape of Tel Brunion. If you could journey to some of the ruins and defeat the searching Agmarum, I will contemplate upon possibly places where a ring such as Narchuil could have been lost. I fear this errand may be hopeless, Zollin, but perhaps Narchuil, if it is within these wooded lands at all, will evade the Agmarum as well.
Alright, so we gotta defeat some Agmarum here. We're on Chapter 6, Book 11. We will keep on moving through. But we're gonna do that in next episode of Voice of the Rings. Have a great day in Middle-earth, my friends. I will see you on the next ones. Thank you to my wonderful Patreons for your support. Reb, Elraandor, and Angus. Thank you so much, guys, for being Royal Guardians. And all my other Patreons and members on YouTube, Means a lot. I do this full time now, so I really appreciate that support a lot. You guys are the best. And again, liking and subscribing, that's still free. Subscribe, like. I appreciate that as well. Leaving comments really helps out. And watching an episode really helps with the algorithm stuff as well. You can check that one out up there as the next one for LOTRO Tale. And over there we got another playlist. And my channel is very organized. I have many playlists, and they're all organized for you, so check them out. We do lots of Lord of the Rings stuff here. Stay happy, my friends. Baruch Hazar Kuzarim, and you. I am at your service and your families. Stay happy, guys. See you in the next one.